Here's the crazy thing about credit repair that I don't even think too many people even know about this. Now, there's a rule that's called the Telemarketing Sales Rule for credit repair companies. And the crazy thing about it is that we are not allowed to speak to you until you decide to sign up as a customer. I know that that might sound crazy. I know that that's totally like, imagine if you had to buy a car and then you got to test drive it after that. Imagine if you went, I don't know, there's a whole bunch of things that you get to speak to people about insurance before you decided to buy it. It's crazy. But just like they tell people, crazy thing about voting, like they say voting doesn't matter. But why do they have things out there to stop people from being able to vote? Why are there stuff on social media, not to get political, but there's things out there that try to get people not to vote? Why did the CFPB institute, and this is under all administrations, not under just under Republican or this is under Democrat administration. Why did they make it hard for people to get help with their credit? The reason why is because they know that if your credit is right, you're going to be able to open so many doors for your family, for generational wealth. All types of doors are going to open. But they made the door where it made it a lot harder to open that door because they put this TSR rule in place specifically for credit repair companies. So my mission, my goal is to help as many of you, no matter what background you come from, to get on the path of financial freedom. The foundation of financial freedom is to have good credit. If you have good credit, you're going to pay less for the same things that people with bad credit pay less for. So, just in case you don't know about me, my name is Stephen A. Williams. I'm the president and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com. I help my clients repair their credit and get out of debt using my 8-point validation system. My 8-point validation system was something that I created based off of helping myself repair my credit and get out of debt. It took me and my wife being over $300,000 in debt. It took us 5 years to be able to accomplish it. It does not have to take someone that long. At that time, there was no one that was out there that was really telling people about repairing credit. There was people out there like Dave Ramsey talking about getting out of debt, but I've learned over time that you could do both at the same time, and that it does matter to have good credit. I don't care what Dave Ramsey says. I don't care what other people say. Your 3 digits are very important. Those 3 digits that TransUnion, Equifax, Experian has is very important on you being able to move forward in your future financially. Those 3 numbers don't represent who you are as an individual, but it does represent your history, your financial, the way that you manage your household when it comes to getting loans, when it comes to getting credit, when it comes to being able to start a business and get capital to start that business. Because that's what they look at. If it was any other way, I would be telling you another way. But I want to take away that frustration, that banging your head over on the wall of why aren't people letting me in? Why aren't opportunities available to me? And why do I can go to a job, even if it's for a job interview or to get promoted? Why didn't you get the job and you had the same qualifications as that individual? And it could be solely because of your credit. They are looking at credit to get people jobs. They're looking at credit to promote people. So it's not just about getting loans. They're looking at credit for insurance. Like credit is wrapped around so much of our lives that it has to be a important piece that you need to just get taken care of. Just like your qualifications for what you do for your job or your business, you know how to do it fully, and it's like it's just put inside of a briefcase, because you know that that's something that you hold on to. Your credit needs to be in that briefcase because it's the foundation. You'll be able to move forward and not have to worry about stuff financially if you take care of your credit, lower your debt, and do the other things that you need to do for your life. So what we do here at the creditrepairshop.com is we help people, busy people. Yes, you can work on your credit, do stuff all you want. That's up to you. We help people who need to take care of stuff at the home, job. They're too tired. They want to come home, relax, and not have to worry about all of this back and forth stuff with credit repair. My 8-point validation system, what we do is the validation is everything on your credit reports that's negative, that you want us to take a look at. It does not matter if that's an account that you had or not, because credit reporting is about accuracy. Credit reporting is about accuracy. And if anything is inaccurate, you have a right to dispute it. These companies, TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, those are data furnishers. They're not like your mom and dad over you. They're getting data from other parties and compiling it and putting that information on what we call credit reports. They have no interest, even though they're supposed to, they have really zero interest in asking the party where they're getting the information from if it's true or not true, because the implications of them having that information about you, either correct or inaccurate, has no consequence to them, because they're getting it from them because they believe that the information that they got from them is accurate, or they wouldn't have it. But that does not mean that information that they're putting on your credit reports from that party that they got that information from, that data from, was accurate. And then you have a right. You have a right because it's about you. Your credit reports is about you. Just like if you were on the street and someone was talking and saying things about you that is not true, and they got it from someone else, that same thing is just like a data furnisher from some court filing website or some credit website credit company that is furnishing data to the bureaus. That information could be inaccurate, and you have a right to challenge anything that's inaccurate. Anything. Don't be fooled by something you heard on the radio. Don't be fooled by something that you've heard from some other company that has some ulterior motive to get you to not care about your credit. Don't believe them. Go with your deep down feeling, is that if anything, it does not matter if it's something on a personal level or if it's something on a business level. If it is not true about you, you have to do something about it. You have to do something about it. If you don't do something about it, you are giving in to the system that says you don't care about your credit. And then you suffer the consequences when you don't do anything about it. So really, the whole thing, a lot of times, I get this question a lot, is that people will say things like, well, I don't want to waste my time, or it's going to take too much time. And I tell them, it does not matter. You could picture this in your own mind. Picture a straight line, and like one part of that line says number 1, and that represents 1 year. You go further down that line and you put a number 2 that represents 2 years, and then you put another line that represents 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Let's just leave it at that. Now tell me something that you have in your control right now that will not allow those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years to pass. Tell me, because when you tell me that you're going to be the richest person in the whole world, because you're going to be someone who can stop time. So basically what it comes down to is, what are you going to do with your time? How are you going to maximize your time? This is a question that hits business owners. This is a question that hits us on a personal level. Time is the whole thing. The way to make your life better is to say, what am I going to do with the time that I have right now? Not wishing for something to happen next year, not wishing for something to happen in 6 months, not wishing for something to happen in 1 month, not wishing for something to happen in 1 hour, not wishing for something to happen in 5 minutes. What you got to do is you got to say, what am I going to do that best moves me forward to what my goals are for my credit, for getting out of debt right now? What is the move that I can make right now? And then being honest with yourself. So if it's, I need to start working on my credit, I need to start working on getting out of debt, the next question that you got to ask is, are you qualified as an individual? Do you know enough to be able to get that done? And then you might say, well, I can educate myself on it. Okay, you can educate yourself on it. Will you stick to that education, knowing what you got to take care of for your family and for yourself, and how you get tired and to, want to do things where you're not racking your brain on something? Are you ready to do the follow-up? Are you ready to talk to these furnishers? Are you ready to respond to these furnishers? Are you ready to dig in and do that? If you're ready to dig in and do that, then go and do it. But if you're not ready to go in and dig in and do that, you need to consider getting help. And my company is here to help people who are like you. If you're busy, you need to deal with the family stuff. You need to deal with your job so you can focus on that to be the best employee or the best business owner that you can be. And you have someone that you can count on to take care of this credit stuff, to get this credit stuff taken care of. And then you also commit to doing what you're going to be needing to do to go on that journey. So we repair people's credit. It does not matter what situation you're in right now. We can help you. We can help you. And so what I want to do is I want to show you, these are the results that what we've gotten for people. You can go to our website, thecreditrepairshop.com, because I understand that there's a lot of scammy stuff that's out here on the internet right now. So much to where it's like, I don't even know why this, I got my own ideas on it. I won't even get into it, but I'm just here to tell you, you got to start really digging in and understanding what you want for yourself. And using my program, my credit repair program, you can see we got testimonials. This video here tells you what makes us different. It explains my 8-point validation process. I made this video years ago, and it still remains the same. That we do it this way because we want to do it the right way. I got testimonials on here. I know that people care about testimonials. You can see here, bankruptcies removed. Look at this. Collections. These are real customers. Real customers. Credit scores go up. And here's the thing that I want to prepare you for this. Some of the times when you're in your credit repair process, your credit scores can go down. Why would they go down? Anyone here that's, type in the comment section below this video on why do you believe that your credit, if you're getting your credit repaired, why could your credit scores go down during that process? Let me tell you the reason why it could go down. Let's say that you had an account and it's charged off. Unless you charge that account off from day one that you charge that account off, then you're going to have had payment history on there. Would you agree? Would you agree? So if you had good payment history on there and then that charge off was removed because that charge off was either sold or there was something that was inaccurate about that charged off account, which according to the Fair Credit Reporting Act, you have a right to make sure that everything is accurate, even if it's an account that was charged off that was even not sold, that the original creditor maintained that charged off account on your credit report, but they're reporting it inaccurate. You could dispute that and have that charge off account removed. including with that charged off account. When they remove that charged off account, they're not going to leave the positive history on that charged off account. Would it be logical for them to just only take off the negative information? If they're going to remove the entire account, how can they keep the positive payment history on there? So they're going to remove it. And when they remove it, your scores could come down. But if you have good credit that you have continued to pay on, like a mortgage, or you maybe you got a car, another credit card that you did not go bad on, that will continue to get reported, and your scores will start to slowly move back up. That's just the way that the whole process works. So what I'm doing is I'm preparing you, which is when you're disputing information and information is getting removed that had good payment history on it, that's going to make your scores go down. But then by you maintaining everything else that you're paying on and making those payments on time, keeping your balances on your credit cards 30% when it's reported, you'll see that those scores start to move back up. But that's part of the process. Another thing that you need to be prepared for during your credit repair journey with us, with the Credit Repair Shop, is that your part of your credit repair process potentially is going to need to have settlements. Most credit repair process is going to need settlements unless your accounts are very, very, very old. You're going to need settlements during that process. We take care of all of that stuff, so don't worry about it. If your credit repair process needs settlements, we have a department that handles that. But the first thing that you need to do is to start your process on working on repairing your credit. That's number one. You start repairing your credit, and then when it gets to that phase, we'll help you with that also. So now, what we do using our my 8-point validation system, we can remove bankruptcy judgments, collections, liens, tax liens, debt collector accounts, foreclosures, repossessions, garnishments, orders that might be on your credit reports, unauthorized inquiries, ID theft from fraud, ID original creditor accounts that are negative, that are not accurately showing, multiple accounts, we've seen that, late payments, charge-offs, unidentified collections, write-offs, inaccurate balances. We see that a lot with charged-off accounts, inaccurate personal information, medical collections. Under President Trump, he has allowed medical information to be placed on individuals' credit reports, but we have a mechanism to still get that information removed. And if they end up violating the HIPAA Act, we can also, in some instances, get the collection withdrawn, the amount withdrawn, because they violated the HIPAA Act. Duplicated medical accounts, we see that a lot. Soft inquiries, hard inquiries. Soft inquiries, you don't have to worry about those, but some people don't like to see those soft inquiries on there. This is mainly from advertising that is being done, and also because they have these inquiries where in the past, the only way that you were able to apply for credit was considered a hard inquiry. Now they have the soft inquiries where you can you don't have a hard inquiry until you actually accept the offer from that company. Then they'll do a hard inquiry. But what we're starting to see is that if you're applying at all of these different places, they're doing soft inquiries, creditors can look at that and say, man, they're applying at all of these places. So that is not something that is not shown on your credit reports. It doesn't hurt your credit reports, but it hurts you when you're trying to go for other credit, because those companies still get access to all the soft inquiries that you have. Misrepresentation of your data. Part of the Fair Credit Reporting Act is that the data furnishers cannot put information on there that does not represent your character in an accurate way. This is something that is glossed over by a lot of credit repair companies that are out there. You have a right, regardless of what the account negative or positive. It must represent you accurately. That's part of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. You can look that up yourself. Now, with our company, this is something that I want to be transparent about, because we're dealing with third parties. There is no way for us to just walk up to them and say, you have to do this right now at this time. So you might as well, if any company is saying something like that, you need to run the other direction, because there's multiple parties that must review the documents. We cannot guarantee a specific outcome. The guarantee that you have from our company is that we are working hard to repair your credit. We're submitting the information that is supposed to be submitted to the bureaus, to the furnishers, to get your negative credit information resolved. You are required to provide results from each credit bureau as you receive them. Some stuff is going to be received through your credit monitoring service. Some of the stuff is going to be mailed to you. If we believe from the results that we gotten from the furnishers and the credit bureaus that you need to move to a settlement phase to get your full credit repair process resolved, you must be willing to follow through with that. If you're not willing to follow through with that, then you're not doing what both of us agreed to be able to fulfill your credit repair journey. If you need debt settlement, that is a separate department that we have within the credit repair shop. But if it gets to that, we will work with you on getting that done. So now you can go through our website, see the testimonials. These are real people, not fake people. These are people that we've been able to help. And if you're ready to sign up, what you do is you go right here. You click here to see our plans. I think this video is very important, because a lot of people are like, what's going to happen after I sign up? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? This video tells you what's going to happen. Basically, we're going to ask you a few questions, and then my representatives are going to get in touch with you. It does not cost anything to sign up at the beginning. We're going to get everything done, and your first pay for service payment isn't due until 14 days. So let me scroll down to the bottom here. These are our different payment plans. We have $110 per month. First payment starts in 2 weeks, but this starts after your services are completed. Like, we are going to send everything out to the furnishers. We're going to send everything out to the 3 credit reporting agencies. You can do the 110.95, or you can split it up to 55.48. If you're a couple, it's $189.95. You do get to save. You do not have to be married. It could just be 2 people that decide to sign up. If you're a military veteran like myself, you see my picture in the back, we do give you a discount for military veterans. All payments start in 14 days. So go ahead, get signed up. If you need help with your credit, please visit us, thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch video, What Makes Us Different, so you can see my 8-point validation process, my 2-phase settlement process. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website your3scores.com to grab your TransUnion, Equifax, Experian credit reports and all 3 scores. If you have debt collectors coming after you, you can go to summonsmaster.com, upload that debt collection letter, and it'll create an exclusive certified debt validation letter. Or if you're being sued by debt collectors, you can go to summonsmaster.com, upload your summons, 1 PDF file, and it'll create a fully formatted response to every allegation and a defense to potentially win your case. If you have debt collectors coming after you and you want to get my free letters, the link is below this video. I do ask for donation on those. It has the cease and desist and statute of limitations letter. Subscribe to the channel, post your questions and comments. It's Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com.